Bill on justice for Mohbad, justice for Mohbad, you'll be shocked at what you're about to hear. I knew that it will come to this point where information about the demise of Mohbad will be demystified. You all know the mystery surrounding the demise of Mohbad, but this time around, we have someone who have gone deep, and this brings me back to what we saw in the coffin of Mohbad. Blood was seen, a lot of it. And if we are to connect this to the so-called autopsy report that the government presented at the coroner inquest and what became public, you realize that they said that there was no visible cut on Mohbad, apart from a small one on a particular part of his arm. Now, Wunmi claimed that it was not really a huge cut and that it was just a little bit of a scratch, and that she had used cotton buds to stop the flow of blood, like to just clean it up. So it means that there is more to what the eyes can see. What really happened to Mohbad? You'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. Now, there are certain things that people have pointed to. Those that are on ground when that fight occurred, they saw some things. But because they are so evil, and some of them, the police have been used to bully them. Some of them have been promised, such as Adura, Mohbad's younger brother, and Darusha. They have been promised heaven and earth, or heaven on earth. They've been promised everything. Don't worry, we will share the money and all of that. And now that Mohbad is no longer alive, with the influence of Mohbad's mother, it seems justice for Mohbad cannot be gotten. But with this update, it is important that you pay attention to this one from the beginning of it to the end. Do not miss up or miss out any part of it. It is deep. When I say deep, it is deep. How Mohbad passed away, what really happened, who did it, how it happened, where it happened, all of this information. And you also realize the disappearance of the CCTV is connected to the demise of Mohbad. Everything was pre-planned, or let us say, even if it was not pre-planned, they somehow quickly swung into action. And the reason behind this is because Wunmi had someone, a mother, who is part of this corrupt police force. So they knew what was needed to be done. Immediately, they swung into action. Recall that Mohbad's father said, I saw a man, a lawyer, and one Islamic cleric. Who is that Islamic cleric? Let us listen, and we'll be talking more. Before, please like and share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, tap on the thanks button to encourage this channel to do more. For those who have tapped on the thanks button, I say may God bless you.
Line was that Mohbad's Mohbad, Liam, Prime Boy, Wunmi, everybody was in the car, and it was an entourage of maybe 3 or 4 cars. 15 people lived in Mohbad's house. I confirmed that with his father. A fight started in the car. Prime Boy went, I think he left. They climbed the steps to go upstairs, and the fight escalated. As the fight escalated upstairs on the step, Darusha was there on the step with them. The other witnesses in the house were watching. I think Darusha was trying to separate them or something. At the end of the day, the fight filtered outside to the front door. Somewhere outside at the front door, I pieced this together forensically. I don't know what the fuck the police is doing. Somewhere outside the front door, where the argument went to over visa and paternity. Remember, Mohbad is drunk and high. And me call up more fujo. What the most basunle konto shaking. How can he be saying he slept with her one time? That's not true now. At the end of the day, you can't work in Nigeria as a journalist. You have to leave Nigeria to be able to work in Nigeria. So at the end of the day, the fight filtered outside, and in a fit of rage, the glass that broke in the car and the sharp metal that was damaged on the car body, Wunmi picked one of those things and hit Mohbad in the neck. That's what happened. Piecing it forensically and talking to people who lived in the house, there were 15 people in the house, 15 witnesses. You want proof, you want evidence. Have you guys listened to the videos I posted, the purple videos I posted this morning? Why journalists must never give evidence or proof? So at the end of the day, that's what I have. So when Mohbad's autopsy was done by the Lagos state government, the father told me he couldn't go. It's a taboo. I can't let them open my son's body and blah, blah, blah. So he sent his sister, Mohbad's auntie, who was present at the autopsy. Autopsy, you will sit down in one room with glass, and behind that glass is Mohbad's body and the people cutting him up. You'll be watching what they're doing. That woman noticed a stab wound in Mohbad's neck. She came live and did a video attacking Tonto Dike and Yabo. When she attacked them, she said the coffins they bought for Mohbad, they should go and use it for their own children. I have a young friend from Gambia. Her mother is from Gambia, her father is from Belgium. I think Belgium or Germany, but her father is European. That young lady, her name is Rosalind Mora. Rosie Mora is Churchill's wife, Tonto's ex-husband. I knew Rosie before I knew Churchill. I have some young friends like that. Siwa Savage was one of them. Younger than me, but they're friends. As soon as that woman said that they should go and use the casket for their own children, I contacted Rosie. I said, tell Churchill, forward my message to Churchill. Do you know what they did when they got the message? Churchill's mother in London and Churchill's grandmother just died. They started praying and fasting. The whole family of the Olajunis were praying and fasting for Churchill's son. Churchill's son is also Tonto's son. Auntie Mohbad ti ṣépè. Ipe kan lọ lo casket fún àwọn ọmọ tiwọn. Do you not see where that? Don't bring generational curses into your family. Don't bring generational curses to your children. Don't. Some people do it, and that's what Tonto did. When Yabo started posting my PTSD videos, me crying when I was very ill, and I said, get that casket and use it for one of your children. That's when I involved our own children. And then when all these things started coming out, his own went up again. Naira Marley had nothing to do with Mohbad's death. That's why he was asking, who paid Instablog to say it was ear infection? Yabo paid. He knew what was going on from day one because Wunmi had confessed to her. Wunmi killed Mohbad with a fit of rage. Wunmi, ìwọ ló pa Mohbad, lọ bá wọn lọ́pàá. Gbé lawyer dání kó lọ ṣe plea deal. Èmi ò mọ̀ ṣe ń ṣe Nigeria, in America o. If I kill somebody accidentally in America, I get a good lawyer, a very good lawyer that will do plea deal for me. Instead of me getting murder charges and sent to prison for life, I will get what they call manslaughter, third-degree murder. Wunmi, if you are watching, take your ass to the police station with a lawyer. Go and get manslaughter because you killed Mohbad in a fit of rage. Mo ti parí investigation, mo ti gbé fún CP. CP ti conveniently retire. Mo ti lọ sí Interpol. Owó ń há. Person that was trained in UK, US, Israel, One European country was in the strategic locations of police that knows policing the way it is done abroad, pulling yellow tape around Mohbad's house. Crime scene, nobody can move, nobody can come out, nobody can come in.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is serious. This is serious. I'm sure some of you have heard from one of our guests about this same narration of what possibly could have happened to Mohbad. Now, there are certain things that I want to piece together, and I believe it will make sense with what we've just heard. One, Spending said that before they got to the show, and also Prime Boy, that's called corroboration. Both of them corroborated each other that before they got to the show, Mohbad and Wunmi had a quarrel. Now, let us assume that that quarrel has to do with don't bring a 5-month-old baby or a 6-month-old baby to this event. But she insisted, saying, I will not be kept at home because I have a child and you can now frolic around with your friends. It is not possible. Let us assume that that is what it is. Now, the second part of it is this. Spending said, because Prime Boy wasn't there anymore, he had already been kicked out of the SUV. Spending said Mohbad and Wunmi did not argue like how they did in the beginning when they were leaving for the when they went for the show. Now, when they left the show, they became physical. It was a physical fight that he had to hold on to the baby with one hand to secure the baby from being thrown on the floor of the car or harmed somehow. Both of them didn't care anymore. Mohbad, obviously tipsy. Wunmi, maybe also tipsy. Whatever, I don't know. So, Spenny said he had to hold on to the door of the car. Now, I'm thinking it should have what they call automatic lock, but we don't know. Maybe it's faulty or they were grabbing on it. The car door was like almost getting open. They had to lock it back again or whatever. I don't really know. But he said he had to hold on to the door and the baby. He had to hold on to it. These are the account of Spending. He had to hold on to the door of the car. And the driver definitely will react because it's a rented automobile. Like, hey, what's wrong with you guys? You guys want to put me in problem? In between, Wunmi wanted to get down of the SUV, but they eventually got home. The quarrel did not stop. Spending said the next day, Wunmi and Mohbad came downstairs. Mohbad asked him, did you fight me yesterday? Are you part of the people that fought me? Meaning, when the fight started, there is a possibility of other people being involved. Were they trying to settle the quarrel, push this, push that, like, Mohbad, leave her alone? Did Wunmi use sharp object on Mohbad? You heard what our guest said, that Wunmi used sharp object on Mohbad. That is the part of the red blood that you guys saw in that coffin. That is what Mohbad's father saw, saying, no, this is too much. This cannot be just a slight cut. This is too much. How come the autopsy did not indicate or show that part of it? And also, we heard that they had to pour what they call sawdust to cover that part of Mohbad's neck. Why? Why? How come the autopsy removed that part of the neck? Who is Wunmi? Who is Wunmi? Why is this happening? These are the questions that a lot of us are asking ourselves. Like, wait, who is Wunmi? Who is Wunmi's family? How much have they paid the pathologist or whoever to doctor that report? Who are they close to? These people are not important in Nigeria, in Lagos. So who is this girl? Who is Wunmi? Who is Wunmi connected to? Is it true that that child, Liam, is connected to someone who does not want Wunmi to go to jail? Have you asked yourself? So, there is more to what the eyes can see, and I don't think this demise of Mohbad should be kept quiet. We should dig into it, not because it is Mohbad, but if we don't, it will continuously. You see, when you talk about Nigeria, Nigeria is not good. It didn't start one day. Everything that is not good didn't start one day. It started slowly. People agreeing to this one, accepting that one, closing their eyes to that. They started embracing this, and it has become a way of life. It has become practice. In fact, it has become a norm. Some people will not be comfortable. They will not feel good if things are not upside down. No, they won't feel good if things are not out of order. No, because you are used to it. So it's time to change the narrative. But before you change the narrative, you yourself, you have to know what is right and what is wrong, what is applicable and what is not. You have to understand all of these things. Something happened in that house. In fact, Wunmi is connected to it all through, from the beginning till the end. One, paternity. She has refused to get it done. She's looking for everything possible to make sure that that paternity does not happen. What does that tell you? It shows that that lady is guilty. She's guilty. She's guilty as guilt can ever be. So if you are Wunmi's supporter, I want you to search your conscience. If you still have any, search your conscience about this. Search your conscience. Before you start pointing fingers at the nurse, ask yourself, what happened to Mohbad that prompted the service of that auxiliary nurse? What happened to Mohbad? Can it be that it was a scratch? There was no scratch. No, there was no fight. Because Wunmi said, she said she did not even see that Mohbad had a cut. So if Wunmi did not see that Mohbad had a cut, that means there is nothing bleeding. So if she did not see it, and later when she said she saw it, said it was just a small thing. She just used one cotton ball to just clean it, and that's it. That there it was nothing. That there is nothing. No. Everything was fine. That in fact that night Mohbad la pew pew. That they both had things together. You see what she said? Did you read it? That's what she said. And if you look at it, you will know that she's hiding a lot of things. Is it that she's not there? She was cooking fried rice, and she went to call the security. She didn't see enough. She didn't see that. Everything she did was always without anything meaningful connected to the demise of Mohbad. Now, if she said, okay, I didn't see, I did not know, why is DNA a difficult thing? Why is it that they are trying to re-educate us or confuse us about DNA? Oh, the DNA, is it part of the justice? Why are they requesting for DNA? They should forget about it. Some ignorant people, wicked people are saying they should just allow the thing to rest. They should just accept that that child is for Mohbad. And even if it's not for Mohbad, you are a wicked person. And majority of these people, if you say, okay, may the same thing that happened around Mohbad, we are not even saying to Mohbad now, the same that happened around Mohbad and it's happening around Mohbad should happen to them. They will say, God forbid. So where then is your conscience?